A bird song fills the air, delight to my ears, I stop to listen. Every note so perfect it brings me joy, and I find my stresses simply melt away. Before we get into the DIY, I just want to say this is part of collaboration with Mama Dares to DIY and Sweet Urban Rose. So once you're done with this video, be sure to check the description box for the playlist. You're going to need some cardboard. You're also going to want to draw a bird out. I've got this template here, so I'm just going to cut it out. And as you can see, you also want a tiny square like this. I will try to leave you this template in the description box. So it's completely down to you how many birds you want. I'm probably going to have 3. So for each one, you're going to want to draw this out twice, and you just want one of these. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to lay your birds like this. One this side, one underneath, and then you want to take the small square and place it in between the two. Then you want to take a strip of sellotape and give it a little snip. And what you want to do is place it underneath your birds. So let's just place it here. And place your birds on top. You want to place your little square underneath the bird on the sellotape, and then the other bird directly underneath. Okay, so I'm going to do it again because I've got 2 pairs. Taking my sellotape, cutting a little bit off. I'm going to place it underneath. Just again, place your bird on top, in the center, just at the bottom, and then the square on top, or actually underneath your little bird, and then lastly the bottom bird just in the middle there. Got a little bit of excess on the sides, so I'm going to just nip that and cut it off. Once you've done that, you can take some hot glue. I'm going to apply a small amount at the beak and the tail. Then you're going to stick the two together. So again, doing the same with the other, applying some hot glue on the tail and the beak. And then just sticking them together. And now you're going to take some wire and make tiny feet. So basically I'm just creating small hoops, little circles like this for the feet, and then just repeating that 3 times. Twirling it round, hooping it, twirling it round, and then when I'm on the final one, just take a bit out like this and cut it. Once you've got your feet ready, you can hot glue it on the bottom. Okay, now for the next part, it's completely down to you what you'd like to cover your birds with. I've got a little bit of a ripped book. One of my friends has a child and she knows that I do some crafts and she gave me this. So I thought I'll put it to some good use. So what we're going to be basically doing now is some paper mache. To do that, you're going to need some Mod Podge or PVA glue. I've got a bowl here and I'm going to mix the PVA with some water. Now you're going to tear some strips off whatever you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and basically all we're going to do is dunk it into our mixture or our glue, and then we're going to cover these birds up. So lots of mess later, we're going to allow these to dry. This one's already drying, but this one, just because I've just kind of finished with it now, it's really wet, so I'm going to pop these on the radiator. Alright, so once your bird is dry, you can go in and decorate it. So I'm going to use my acrylic painter pens. I'll leave a link for these in the description box. So this is like my background to work with. Now I'm going to go in with more detail with my black Sharpie pen. Then you're going to draw his eye and beak, and again I'm just going to use my black Sharpie to do that. I'm going to add a little white dot in the eye, and to do that I'm going to use acrylic and my dotting tool. I'm also going to colour these in with various shades of green. So now I'm going to decorate the second one. Moving on to the second DIY, this is what it looked like before. I already started spray painting it and I forgot to show you what it looked like, so thankfully I had that image. It was just too bold, too bright for me, so I went and I spray painted it white. I need to do a few more layers. I'm going to cover the roof with some burlap, so to do that I just went ahead, took my ruler and measured the roof, and then cut some burlap out to match the size. I cut out 4 pieces in total and I just stuck them down with my hot glue. I took this lovely piece of lace, it has pearls on, and I just decided to cut some of that off and hot glue onto one of the sides just for that extra bit of detail. I had this really lovely dove ribbon that I've always wanted to use, so I finally got to do that. I cut 2 of them off and then I just hot glued that. I'm adding some hot glue to the sides of my birdhouse, and then I'm taking some of this white curly moss and just adding that on. Now this is optional, you can then take a bird and stick him on the birdhouse, but because I've got the 2 birds I've made in the previous DIY on this video, I decided to go without this one in the end because it was just too many birds. Then I decided I want to make this Rae Dunn inspired, so I took my pencil and I just wrote fly and I went over it with my permanent black marker. So here's a completed project, starting off with the bird DIY. I hope that you have enjoyed these tutorials and that they've brought you inspiration. Please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and a comment, make sure you're subscribed and share this video with others. I'd absolutely love if you could do that. Take care of yourselves, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.